You think you know her name? You have seen the movie, heard the songs, and maybe colored a picture of her as a kid. But the real woman behind that name was braver, sharper, and more remarkable than any story Hollywood ever told. And on April 5, 1614, she did something that stopped a war. Her real name is Amonute. She also carries a private name, Matoaka. The name Pocahontas is a nickname, meaning something close to playful one or ill-behaved child, the kind of teasing name a lively, curious girl earns from people who love her. She is the daughter of Wahunseneka, the paramount chief of the Powhatan Confederacy, one of the most powerful leaders in the entire eastern continent. She grows up surrounded by diplomacy, strategy, and the weight of leadership. She is not a sideline character in history. She is central to it. When English settlers arrive at Jamestown in 1607, the world she knows is about to change forever. And she is only about 12 years old. For years, Pocahontas has served as a living bridge between her people and the struggling English colony. She carries food to Jamestown during desperate winters. She helps negotiate the release of prisoners on both sides. She learns English. She watches, listens, and understands both worlds in ways almost no one else can. Then, in 1613, she was taken captive by English colonists and held at a settlement called Henricus. It is a difficult chapter, but what happens next is where her story becomes extraordinary. During her time at Henricus, she meets a tobacco farmer named John Rolfe. He is quiet, serious, devout. She is curious and brilliant. They begin to talk, really talk, and something unexpected grows between them. On April 5, 1614, Pocahontas and John Rolfe marry at the church in Jamestown. Her father sends her uncle and 2 of her brothers to witness it. He does not stand in the way, because he understands as she does what this marriage means. Almost immediately, the fighting stops. A period historians call the Peace of Pocahontas begins, and it lasts for 8 years. 8 years of relative calm between 2 peoples who had been locked in cycles of raid and retaliation. Because of one woman who chose to build instead of burn, Pocahontas travels to England in 1616, where she is received as visiting royalty. She meets the king. She captivates London society. She shows the entire old world that a Powhatan woman can walk into any room on earth and command it with grace and intelligence. Here is what moves me most about her story. Pocahontas never waited for someone to write her a role. She looked at 2 worlds pulling apart and decided on her own terms to hold them together. And here is what I want to ask you today. Somewhere in your own family tree, there is a woman like her. Maybe she does not have a famous name. Maybe her story was never written down. Maybe the only people who still carry it are you and the people sitting around your table at Thanksgiving. What do you know about her? The grandmother who held a family together through impossible years. The great-aunt who crossed an ocean with nothing but courage and a single suitcase. The mother who made peace where everyone else made war. Those stories are not small. They are the foundation on which everything else is built, and they deserve to be told before they are lost forever. That is what this community is about. So subscribe to History Sparks right now and come back every single day. Every day we find someone whose history has been almost forgotten, and we make sure they are remembered. And every day I want to remind you, your family's story deserves that same care. Write it down, record it, tell it to someone who will carry it forward. The world needs the stories only you can tell. Tomorrow, another story that will stop you in your tracks. See you then.